Yo, YouTube, what's up with your boy, Sports and Fitness Rants? I'm back, guys. Click that like button. Subscribe to my channel. What's up, y'all? Welcome back, guys. Welcome back. Got another great video for you guys today. As usual, you guys know the deal on this channel, man. We must continue to set the record straight. Stop the lies. Stop the narratives. Stop them from rewriting the history. We must continue to stand up. And in this video, we're going to talk about Kevin Durant, man. I've talked to you guys about Kevin Durant several times on this channel, man. I've done several videos on Kevin Durant and how this guy is soft, right? He's very sensitive with the fans. He gets upset very easily. And he's not a leader. Got no true leadership, right? He doesn't have the mentality, man, Kevin Durant. And we're going to talk about in this video. This dude has been exposed this season. He's been exposed, I've told you guys, since he left Golden State as being a front runner. And we're going to talk about in this video, guys, because the Phoenix Suns they've been underwhelming this season. They've underachieved this season, to say the least, at least up until this point. We'll see what happens in the playoffs. We're going to talk about Kevin Durant, his lack of leadership in this video. And I want to thank you guys, man, for real. Everyone across the world, everyone across the states has been supporting my channel. Much respect to all you guys out there, man. I am truly humbled. Shout out to everyone, for real, man. All the true supporters, all the real basketball fans. Everyone that's been supporting me, everyone that's been standing up. So thank you to all you guys. Just for real, man. It means a lot, guys. I'm truly, truly humbled. Thank you. And you guys know what to do. Turn the volume all the way up. Hit that play button. Remember, these videos are for educational purposes. And let's roll. So, yes, guys, like I said, I've done several videos talking about Kevin Durant on this channel. And for some reason, the Kevin Durant fans, they can't come to terms with the reality. They don't. I told you, a lot of the fans of today's players, they don't hold these guys to the standards. They don't hold them accountable. They just don't. So when you make videos and you expose these guys and you tell the truth, right? You set the record straight. What do? They tell you you're hating and that you don't know what you're talking about, right? People would tell me that Kevin Durant's the most skilled player in NBA's history. It's a joke, guys. It's laughable. But this is the Kevin Durant fans. They really try to put him up there. You have the Kevin Durant fans trying to tell me that Kevin Durant's been past Larry Bird. How the hell did he pass Larry Bird? When did he ever pass Larry Bird? Never did. I've told you guys, Kevin Durant is not a top 5 small forward in NBA's history. He's not. I'm not putting him above Larry Bird. I'm not putting him above Dr. J. I'm not putting him above Elgin Baylor or John Havlicek or LeBron James. I'm not putting him above those guys. So there's no way Kevin Durant, to me, is a top 5 small forward, just a small forward. So obviously, I do not believe that Kevin Durant's a top 5 or top 10 player all time, like some of his fans will have you believe. They really want you to believe that Kevin Durant's a top 10 all-time player, right? Or that somehow Kevin Durant passed Larry Bird. Once again, they're trying to tear down the past eras by lifting up this era and making it seem like these guys are on a whole nother level. They got so much skill, right? Kevin Durant, I've heard people say, is the most skilled player in NBA's history. How? Or based off of what? What video footage shows you that Kevin Durant's the most skilled player in NBA's history, playing in this soft era of NBA? Why? Because he can handle the ball? I don't think he can. His handle is not like that. This man's a turnover machine, Kevin Durant. Go look at Kevin Durant. This man turns the ball over at a high volume for a guy who does not control the ball as much as other people. We think about usage rates and things of that nature. Kevin Durant has way more turnovers than some of these other players in NBA's history while not having anywhere near the same usage rate as some of these other players. But they want you to believe that Kevin Durant's the most skilled player. He's more skilled than Michael Jordan, Kevin Durant? No, he's not. He's nowhere near the skill of a Michael Jordan because, once again, when they mention the word skill with Kevin Durant, they focus on the offensive side, just his shooting ability. Yeah, Kevin Durant can shoot, no doubt about it, but what else does he do at a high level? He doesn't dribble the ball at a high level, guys. His ball handling skill is not elite. It's not. The man turns the ball over a lot. He don't dribble. Those dribble moves, the things that he's able to do in this era, he would not be able to do in the 80s and 90s, guys. They would be picking this man's pocket, ripping him all day long. They would full court press him, half court trap him. They would use the physical style of defense to make this man drop the ball and lose control of the ball. He's soft. He's frail. His skills ain't like that. Is he a great skilled rebounder? For a 6'11" guy, can't rebound worth a damn, Kevin Durant. Does he have good skills on defense? No, he does not. Never made one all-defensive team, not even one. Not one. But they want you, he's the most skilled player. And what we want to focus on in this video is the lack of leadership, which is a skill. I don't know why people don't understand these things, man. There are people, grown-ups, that go to class, they go to school, they go to training to become better leaders, right? To hone their leadership skills, to be a great leader. There's skills behind leadership, guys. Not everyone's a great leader. Not everyone's a good leader. Not even everyone knows how to lead or wants to be a leader. So when we think about Kevin Durant, this man's a terrible leader. He's never been a leader. He's been the best player on a team. We think about the Oklahoma City Thunder. He was absolutely the best player on that team, no doubt about it. But was Kevin Durant the heart and the soul of the Oklahoma City Thunder? No, he was not. He was not. See, Kevin Durant thinks just because he's the best player on his team, that means that he's the leader, right? Because these guys, like a Kevin Durant, he wants to get paid the most money. He wants to get all the attention of the leader. But what have I told you guys? These guys don't want the responsibilities of a leader. James Harden, he don't want to be a leader, have the responsibilities of a leader. He wants all the money and the fame of the leader, of a superstar player. But these guys don't want to take the responsibilities to be the leader. They won't take the accountability. They won't. So someone like a Kevin Durant, this guy's made burner accounts in the past because the fans are critical of him, or they're criticizing him, or they're talking trash about him in the media and social media. Kevin Durant can't take these kinds of things. Kevin Durant has gone back and forth with fans in the stands because he's sensitive to something that they may have said to him. These guys are clowns, man. Kevin Durant had his mama coming out defending him against the media after he made that weak move to Golden State. He had his mama on First Take. You had Stephen A. apologizing to Kevin Durant's mom because he was being critical and telling the truth about Kevin Durant. Once again, no one's lying or making up stories about Kevin Durant. These are the facts about this man. This guy's not a competitor. He's not a true competitor. And that was a weak move that he made to Golden State. We all know that. He was exposed, man. No one respects Kevin Durant's 2 Finals MVPs. No one respects those 2 championships. Not like other all-time greats championships. Those rings don't hold the same weight. They don't. They do not hold the same weight as a Dirk Nowitzki's championships or a Tim Duncan's championships or any of these guys. They don't hold the same weight, man, because Kevin Durant had to go and join another all-time great from his era to win these rings. No one respects that because Kevin Durant's not a leader. He was never the leader in OKC because he didn't want to be a leader in OKC. All he wants to do is go out there, score 27 points, right, and then go home. He don't want to be the leader. He don't want to take no responsibility, no accountability. He don't want to push these guys. He don't want to get on these guys and hold them to the standard. None of these guys want to be held to any standards. This is why they get upset when the media calls them out. These guys take it personal. They get all upset when the fans make videos about them and we start calling these clowns out. They get upset. It's all hate now. And Kevin Durant and his fans are a joke, man. I told you, man, a lot of these fake basketball fans, they're only fans of a specific player. So they don't care what this player does. They will never hold them accountable for their actions. Kevin Durant has been a front runner his entire career, and Kevin Durant has exposed himself ever since he left Golden State, man, as being just that. Not a real leader, not a real man, and not being able to make the players around him better, not being able to lift the team. When Kevin Durant was in OKC, people try to make it seem like it was Kevin Durant on the Oklahoma City Thunder and that he was just leading a bunch of guys there. You had great players on that team. You had up-and-coming talent, like a young James Harden. You had a young Russell Westbrook. You had the Serge Ibakas, right? You had different kinds of players that were out there making an impact, hustling. You had the defensive guys, right? Like the Andre Robersons, right? That would cover up for Kevin Durant's deficiencies on the defensive end, right? You had these kinds of guys, the Kendrick Perkins, right? The big bodies, the guys that would help the team. So the Oklahoma City Thunder had a lot of talent over the years that Kevin Durant was there. That was part of the reason why they were a disappointment, right? Because they underachieved with all the talent they had on that team over those years. They could never get over the hump. And Kevin Durant bailed out on them, right? He didn't stay in OKC. He bailed out. He left Russell Westbrook high and dry. So everyone could point the finger at Russell Westbrook. This is the kind of, not a real man that Kevin Durant is. He allowed Russell Westbrook to take all that blame, all that heat, by making it seem like, hey, I can't win with Russell Westbrook. Let me go and join Steph Curry. It's a joke, guys. Those 2 Finals MVPs, those 2 championships, no one respects it. Good for Kevin Durant, man. He's got it on paper. But once again, he don't have the respect of the true basketball fans. And he's never been a leader. Look at his time in Brooklyn. It was a disaster. And what do? You had people blaming Kyrie Irving. They blame James Harden. None of them were leaders. Kyrie Irving's not a leader. James Harden's not a leader. And Kevin Durant's not a leader. Once again, I asked the Kevin Durant fans, where's Steve Nash? Where's Steve Nash? Steve Nash was fired, right? The man couldn't even make it a whole season. And they get rid of Steve Nash? They fired Steve Nash for what reason? Because guys like Kyrie Irving, James Harden, Kevin Durant did not respect Steve Nash? A man who won 2 MVPs in his career, is one of the great all-time great point guards in the history of the NBA. But no, they don't respect Steve Nash. Kyrie Irving didn't respect Steve Nash. Right? What did they say? That he told them that he stole Kobe Bryant's MVP or some nonsense like that? Like, these are idiotic things that Kyrie Irving has said over the years to a Steve Nash. Kyrie Irving couldn't shine Steve Nash's shoes as far as point guard play goes. Couldn't do it. But Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant and James Harden, these guys sabotaged the Brooklyn Nets. Kevin Durant was supposed to go to Brooklyn to prove that he could lead a team, that he could lead a franchise, that he could be that guy. Right? That's why he was supposed to go to Brooklyn. That's what he was supposed to be doing. To prove everybody wrong, prove all of his haters wrong. And Kevin Durant doesn't do that. He gets Kyrie Irving to come there, James Harden to come there. They form this super team. And then they end up only playing 10 games together or 15 games together. Everyone's injured. Everyone's hurt. All these soft, sensitive guys, right? Kyrie Irving's making things political, can't show up to work, can't honor his contract. Kevin Durant has no leadership, can't get in James Harden's butt, can't hold Kyrie Irving to a standard because he's never held to a standard, right? These guys don't have a leg to stand on. They don't know what it means to be a true leader by leading by example. They're not there. And what you hear the people say, they excuse, Kevin Durant, they're lucky that Kevin Durant's toe was on the line. Really? People are still talking about Kevin Durant's toe was on the line? So that was the only year that he could have done something in Brooklyn. The one year his toe was on the line. These are the excuses. I've never heard, more excuses in my life than for the current NBA players. Over the last 5 years or so, these guys get every excuse under the sun made for them. Think about it, all the superstar players of this era have always have an excuse built in for them. They've never taken responsibility. And then anytime someone tries to give them some heat or give them some pushback, these guys will go and get all crazy about it. Get all upset, start yelling at reporters, start going back and forth with people on social media, crying to the fans, making podcasts, trying to tell their truth. These guys are a bunch of idiots, man. Kevin Durant has no leadership, guys. Look at the Phoenix Suns. This guy comes to Phoenix, he gets Devin Booker, gets Bradley Beal, tries to create another super team, Kevin Durant. All this guy can do is get superstars and all-star players around him. This guy cannot do anything on his own. He can't stand on his own, too. So he goes there. Now he's in the Phoenix Suns, and then look at them this season, guys. Look at them. What has he accomplished? What has Kevin Durant accomplished outside of Golden State, guys? What has he accomplished? He's accomplished literally nothing since he left the Golden State Warriors. Nothing. Nothing. He's underachieved. He's underwhelmed. He's underperformed, man. And all he gets is excuses made for him and by his fans and the media. They don't hold these guys to any standards. They never call Kevin Durant out. They win last night against the Clippers with nobody. No Russell Westbrook, no Paul George, no Kawhi Leonard, no James Harden. They beat the LA Clippers. But the night before, they lose to the LA Clippers when everybody was playing. Kevin Durant doesn't show up, doesn't do anything. Out there with 7 turnovers, 4 turnovers. This is Kevin Durant, guys. I'm not impressed with Kevin Durant. I'm not impressed with the Phoenix Suns. And I'm not impressed with his leadership. I'm not impressed with his mindset. His mentality is weak to me. He's a sensitive, soft dude, man. I don't respect Kevin Durant on the basketball court. Like I said, he might have some skills as far as shooting the basketball and scoring. But once again, it doesn't impress me because he's doing it in this weak, soft era. I'm not impressed with Kevin Durant's scoring ability in this weak era. His handling ability ain't like that. Once again, these guys are allowed to manipulate the ball, manipulate the rules. Kevin Durant ain't doing all that dribbling in the 80s and the 90s, guys. Remember, he was exposed against the Boston Celtics that round. Remember that next year on the Brooklyn Nets. They played the Boston Celtics in the first round, and guys like Marcus Smart were ripping Kevin Durant all over the court. So Marcus Smart was able to hound Kevin. The most skilled player in NBA's history was being dogged out by Marcus Smart. But you want me to believe that Kevin Durant's going to come into the 80s and the 90s and go against guys like Sidney Moncrief and Michael Cooper and Alvin Robertson, Michael Jordans? Like, I don't understand the Scottie Pippins of the world. Like, these guys are going to be all over this guy. If Marcus Smart can do that, any one of those players I just mentioned would destroy Kevin Durant. They would destroy him. Because physically, Kevin Durant is not that dude, man. And mentally, he's weak. He's sensitive. He's been exposed. No leadership from Kevin Durant. There's a lot of guys, man, that they're going to have a lot to show in the postseason because it looks like the Phoenix Suns might end up in a play-in, and it would be real interesting to see the Phoenix Suns going against the the LA Lakers in a play-in. That would be really interesting for me to see, because you have all these idiots out there on the court, man. They don't have any leadership. LeBron James, no leadership. Kevin Durant, no leadership. You guys know the deal, man. These are the facts. We must continue to set the record straight on these guys and hold them accountable, hold them to that standard, man. Kevin Durant needs to own up to his stuff, man. He needs to be a man and take accountability and responsibility for all the affairs that's been going on in his career ever since he left Golden State, man. His teams are flailing around, flopping around, and they blame everybody else. They blame Steve Nash. They blame everyone else gets blamed. We were blaming Kevin Durant. Once again, the superstar players must take the blame. These guys are supposed to be taking the blame. They're supposed to be taking most of the blame, the responsibility. But these guys don't want that. They don't want the responsibility. They want the money, but not everything that comes with it. And this is why we don't respect these guys. And Kevin Durant's one of those dudes, man. He gets the money. He wants the fame, right? He wants all the attention. He wants to be known as a superstar player, as an all-time great. But these guys don't want the responsibilities or being held to that standard of the all-time greats. When we hold them to that standard, this is where they get exposed. Kevin Durant's been exposed, guys. You know the deal, man. I'll catch you guys on the next one.